Hey everybody, welcome to another review. I'm hitting you with 2 reviews, 3 videos this week. Two, just with the Burger King one, and then 2 videos this week, reviews. Yeah, I just got back from a new horror movie called Passenger. Um, it was, it was fine. It was okay. It definitely wasn't, it wasn't, I mean, it was fine. Um, Let's talk about it. So the premise of this one, the reason I'm like acting like this is because this was probably one of the horrors that I've seen that has some of like the characters made so many dumb decisions. I genuinely was getting upset, and also this movie has like some of the most like cliche things about modern like standard horror films. It just made me upset. But anyway, the plot of this film is 2 characters. They're dating, the girlfriend and the boyfriend, Maddie and Tyler or Ty. Um, yeah, Maddie and Ty, they want to give up their staying in the like a house life to go on the life on the road in a camper van that they have. So they do that and blah blah blah. And then they come across an accident from actually what was the opening scene of the movie, where 2 friends, this is the opening scene of the movie, where 2 friends were driving, one of them had to pee, and the other one got killed by the passenger. Ooh, spooky, who is a demonic entity that haunts the road and will come after you. So they witness the survivor of the opening scene's accident, and the passenger latches onto them and starts haunting Tyler and Maddie. Um, I thought that was a basic premise. I figured, this could work if you do it well. They did it, like okay. Um, I just I want to get into like the dumb decisions. So they clearly know the passenger is haunting them. They know the passenger is haunting them. Um, and they still continue to make some really dumb decisions. Like in the beginning, Ty doesn't believe Maddie. Like I mean, he does believe her, but he doesn't know what is going on. And Maddie has been seeing signs that there is something, maybe not human, that's following them. And one of the scenes that like shows that Ty might be catching on or Ty doesn't, just I don't really know, was a scene where they're parked at a local 24-hour gym because they are in van life, and she gets out to go to the van first while Ty's still in there, running on the treadmill. And she's walking, and it's a little creepy at night, and she hears footsteps behind her. There's nothing there. Ooh, spooky. And she turns around, and the van is now an entire like 2 rows over, or like if she's here and there's the van was here, the van is now an entire like 2 rows over in the parking lot. I thought that was actually cool. I'm like, okay, the entity clearly has power. And this is something I'm so tired of. I'm mentioning this now, is that the entity having this much power, or just any entity in like any supernatural horror film or demonic film, the entity always gets dumbed down for the final battle, and it happens here, and I'm so pissed about that. I'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, I thought that scene was pretty cool. Like where the entity constantly keeps shifting the van back, like farther away from Maddie, so she can't get to it. And eventually, um, Ty sees the entity. He believes Maddie, and it keeps haunting them. They have some near-death encounters, and then well, in one scene, the entity makes Maddie think she found Ty after they got separated, but Ty, it's not. It's the entity, and um, he forces Maddie to be frozen in the middle of the road. Like this entity uses its powers to freeze Maddie in the middle of the road, like full on, and she can't do anything. And the van is about to hit her because the entity wants her to suffer, or I don't know if I think the entity wanted to kill her. Why couldn't you just, yeet her at the van, or what you've shown to do before is just like basically use the force to kill someone? I don't know why it didn't do that. Anyway, they so they're trying to find answers, and they end up Maddie remembers a woman she met early in the film called Diane, who is like the old lady lore explanation dumper. Oh my god, that's so cliche, but whatever. And they get to Diane, and Diane's like, you can't be here, you led evil to our community, now you gotta go. So Maddie is like, well, how do we stop this thing? And Diane says there's a church. Well, actually, no. Before that, she says, and this is important. She says, "You witnessed this, so now you didn't listen to the rules. The rules are don't ever stop and don't drive at night." And then she tells him about a church called Saint, I don't know, I'm just going to call him Good Boy. Saint Good Guy. Saint Good Guy's church that can weaken or even kill the entity. And then I'm not even joking. This is less than 10 seconds after she just said, and it's nighttime, by the way. She just said, don't drive at night. She says, talks about the church, and then she says, all right, let's go. I'll take you there. Hop in your van. We'll start driving. It is pitch black. It is pitch black, and she just said, don't drive at night. And she says, yeah, let's go to the church. I'll take you there. It was so dumb. And she ends up dying. The demon starts ripping her head off. And it wasn't just an instant. It was actually pretty cool. This slowly tore off as she was getting her head ripped off, which I thought was cool. But then the ending was just, I hated the ending, honestly. Just the final fight. This is the final competition with this demon. And, another thing. Saint Good Guy has this necklace that is sold in stores. And Maddie learns that then if the necklace touches the demon, it gets hurt because, it's a demon. And Saint Good Guy is, ain't holy. He's an angel. So they bought a bunch of these necklaces to put up in their van. And they're hanging from the ceiling. And they're driving to the church. And then all of a sudden, the van doors open, and all the necklaces go flying out because the demon doesn't want that. And I thought, okay, hold on a second. The demon just went after these objects that clearly hurt him. My neck hurts. The demon just went after these objects that clearly hurt him, and he just threw them all out. Okay, the demon is not afraid to get his hands dirty. And Ty gets out of the passenger seat, goes to close the van doors. But then he turns around, the demons, the passenger is there, and the passenger just starts manhandling Ty, just flinging him all around, literally up, down, left, right, A, B, start, that kind of thing, just flinging him all around the van. And also before Ty had broken his ankle, so he's pretty messed up. That's gotta hurt. Literally, like I said, just flinging him around the van, just and they're still driving to the church, and you can tell the demon is trying to slow them down. And Ty even holds out his Saint Good Guy necklace this close to the demon, and the demon doesn't even care. It doesn't even start to affect the demon. Obviously I know I said it touched the demon, but I would think it would have some effect. It doesn't. Demon just full tanks it and breaks Ty's hand and then chucks Ty out of the back of the van. I'm like, okay, we'll actually might get finally a good final fight where the demon's powers aren't dumbed down. How wrong I was, because literally Maddie is 10 seconds from the church. 10 seconds, she's driving the van. 10 seconds from the church, and the demon is literally right behind her in the right behind the driver's seat. And instead of using his powers to snap her neck or stop her from driving or freeze her in place, it slowly walks towards her down that little aisle in the van. And I'm just like, oh my god. And it on top of that, and then it reaches for her, and I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna reach and then snap her neck, and then the movie's over. The demon got what it wanted. No, the demon's just slowly reaching for Maddie. What in the... I don't get it. I really don't. Why? Why are these demons so dumbed down in the end? I don't get it. And she gets to the church, and there's a statue of Saint Good Guy, and she presses the demon up against it. She flung the demon through the windshield of the car by slamming on the brakes, which I thought was funny. And the demon, when it touches Saint Good Guy, it starts to burn because, evil versus holiness. And she thinks, Maddie thinks she kills it. The demon comes back, and I'm thinking, okay. And yes, I understand it's on holy ground and whatnot, so it might be weakened. But all it does is just look at her and go, oh, and start crawling toward her. Use your telepath. You are not down for the count. Use something of your powers to, I don't know. It was just so dumb. Maddie ends up killing the demon, and they all live happily ever after. It was, that's what I'm saying. It was just okay. It was so dumb. They made so many dumb decisions, and, I don't... Oh my god, I just don't get it, man. It was a dumb movie. It was really dumb. Yeah, so where am I going to put this on the sharpness scale? I'm giving this a 50%. It was dumb. So it's just so many bad decisions, so many cliches. I'm giving it a 50%. So 50% for Passenger. Adios.